Anyone who falls ill with coronavirus would be forgiven for hoping they're one of the comparatively lucky ones who suffer the effects for just a few days. But now there's evidence that up to 1 in 10 victims is living with ongoing symptoms like headaches, fatigue and nerve pain. Our health correspondent Dominic Hughes has been to meet some of those who've become known as the COVID long haulers.
Post-viral fatigue, they call it, I understand.
For more than 3 months now, Professor Paul Garner, an expert in infectious diseases, has been documenting his own day-to-day struggle with recurring symptoms after falling ill with COVID-19.
I can hardly put words together. My head's completely foggy. I've overdone it. There does seem to be this difficulty with symptoms that we know as being ill with it, and whether we're being believed.
It does mess with your head, and it also messes with your mood. And I've had very severe mood swings. I was in bed, waking up in the morning, totally devastated, and my eyes were just full of tears. I wasn't actually crying, but I just felt so awful.
Paul's lived with a huge range of problems, physical and mental. Headaches, extreme fatigue, pain, shortness of breath, upset stomach, the list goes on. To live with such a strange and bewildering array of symptoms for so long has been really frustrating for Paul. But what's extraordinary is he's not alone. Here in Liverpool, on the same street he lives on, one of his neighbours has been through pretty much exactly the same thing. Helen's whole family fell ill with COVID, but she was hardest hit. So ill, she was hospitalised twice. Helen's really struggled to get back on her feet, and all this with 2 young children and her own business to run.
On a good day, you sort of think it'll be fine. On a low day, it's a kind of, is this just how life is now? And my psychology I don't really tend to give up very easily, but I ran with my daughter for about 30 seconds. I was in bed for a week after that. It's not so much frustration, it's that you can't quite understand why you keep getting sick.
Exactly how many are enduring these long-haul symptoms is unclear, but the team behind a widely used app that tracks the disease believes it could be more than 250,000 people.
We know that the average duration for the whole population is around 10 days, and somewhere between 1 in 10 and 1 in 20 people are having symptoms that last over a month. It's showing this amazing individuality of response that is the most striking about this disease, and in a way the most worrying, because it does mean there may not be one way to treat it.
Pain in the chest.
I'm feeling like there's a pressure on my chest, brain fog, forgetfulness.
Muggy head.
The kind of head pain all here.
This virus is still springing unpleasant surprises, leaving tens of thousands of people with a terrible legacy.
Really extreme fatigue.
And total exhaustion.
Dominic Hughes, BBC News, Liverpool.